We're at 6:04.
Go live.
What if it's 6:04? We have to hurry.
I went live.
We're cutting it close, I feel like.
Oh my gosh, the chaos.
It's 6:04 now. I think we barely made it.
I hit live
We barely made it.
at 6:03.
That was close.
We did it, everybody.
Hilo got a hold of a ping pong ball and we had to get it away from him. It was a whole thing.
It was indeed a whole thing. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another fun-filled LEGO live stream.
That's promising a lot, I feel like.
What?
Fun-filled.
Chill, fun-filled, you know, all the things.
Chill-filled.
We're celebrating today a little bit. The strikes are finally
Congratulations to SAG-AFTRA.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I was very relieved to see that last night.
They haven't released too many like hard details as far as I've seen on the agreements.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I haven't read through any of that, but sounds like they were happy.
I would assume
I hope they
after
are.
so long, I don't think the negotiators were going to settle for anything they didn't like. So yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, very relieved for all of the actors. Also, we have a ton of friends in the film industry in IATSE who have just not been able to work for the past 6 months. So relieved for them as well.
Yeah. So cheers to the end of the strike.
Congratulations to every... Oh. I was sifting through pieces.
We are still working through all of the pumpkin beers that we have. Anywho, what's up, everybody? Andy is asking, so has Molly actually been playing Minecraft for the last 24 hours or just left something open? I don't know what that means.
Oh, did you leave like your Steam open or something?
Maybe. But I don't even have the game.
I don't know.
My Steam
Andy,
is probably open.
Which Andy?
Andy.
Finger Blanchard.
Thing.
Okay.
I guess it publicly shows what I'm playing on Discord.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it is.
Oh, I see. Let's see.
We were trying to get it. So I have an old Mojang account that, I mean, I haven't
Oh my god,
played,
yeah. Well, it says playing Minecraft launcher.
Yeah. I haven't played Minecraft since before we were married, probably. I can't remember. It's been a long time.
I remember you playing it.
I was trying to get it installed. I had to transfer my Mojang account into a Microsoft account, and then the launcher wasn't working on my computer for some reason, and I was trying to troubleshoot it, and Molly got it installed on her computer and just, I guess, left it up.
I left it up and told you to make it work.
And then I got it to work on my computer.
And then you didn't.
I did get it to work, just not on your computer.
Well, all that to say, no, I have not, been playing Minecraft, but we are planning on streaming the Star Wars DLC for Minecraft on Monday.
I gave Brian Ward a couple ideas for thumbnails. I was like, either you can make us look like cube people, because he loves to make our gaming stream thumbnails look very cursed. So he's either going to do that, or I also said that I could send him like a picture of me with a controller in my hands, and then he could make me look old. Just because this is going to make me feel old. Because I haven't played this in so long, and I feel like the whole time we'll be like, how do we do this?
Well, yeah. You know what? If we don't make old jokes about ourselves, we won't feel old.
I'm going to feel old. I don't even know what you can do in Minecraft anymore. Like, I knew there were
but we'll figure it
story
out together.
Things. Like, this is a story campaign, and I'm like, how does that work in Minecraft? I don't know.
I just know you hit things in Minecraft, and there are pigs,
trees.
And there are the hissing,
the creepers,
green guys.
Mm-hmm.
What else what else is in Minecraft?
Villagers, sheep, spiders, skeletons. little slime blobs.
That sounds like my jam, honestly.
I think I stopped right when they introduced villagers. Like, that's about the last thing I remember from Minecraft. But yeah, that'll be interesting. I don't know if we're going to stream it. I don't know if we're going to stream it more than once. We'll see how long the campaign is and if we're having fun.
Yeah, we'll see how ridiculous it is and what a crap show it turns into. But have high hopes so far. What's up, Scotty Heron? We got your package. Thank you so much.
I had my favorite one right here. Scotty sent us like these bead art necklaces, and they're all of our favorite characters. And this one is Biggs in his Tatooine garb with a quote that says, "You got a mouth bigger than meteors." And
he's so cute.
I've never seen. I always loved the bead art, pixel art kind of look.
Yeah.
But also like I'm not gonna like get into personal things, but your letter was very, very nice. Reading about you and your friend. I was telling Molly last night when we were reading the letter, it's like I never realized how lucky I was to have just other Star Wars friends growing up.
And you said you didn't get bullied for being a Star Wars nerd.
I remember one time where someone said something like, "Are you reading a Star Wars book?" And I was just like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, okay." Like that was the closest it got where I don't know. I can't remember which book it was. I remember I had my Crystal Star bookmark, but yeah, Scotty, your letter was very nice and just brought up old similar memories of having my friend down the street who was like my best Star Wars friend, and we had a Star Wars book club on the bus and stuff.
It's crazy to have kind of lived through part of the era that like at some point kids who like Star Wars, that wasn't like a bad thing anymore. It wasn't a dorky, nerdy thing. Like eventually Star Wars was cool again, and I don't know where exactly that happened.
Well, I think people like kind of pretended it was dorky for a minute, and then when the prequels were coming out, everyone got excited, and they were like, we were just kidding before. Like,
yeah. I remember a little bit of bullying being done, not to me, but to other kids in like elementary school. But yeah, after that, I guess you're right, after the prequels came out, everyone's true colors really started to show, and then it was like, oh yeah, everyone likes Star Wars. But
I was still the kid that liked Star Wars probably too much, but
yeah,
no one got on my case about it.
You were the kid that dressed up to go see the movie.
Well, that was when I was 18, but yeah. Well, no, it was when I was 12 too. I wore the same clothes with the same lightsaber.
But yeah, it is really nice and special to have had someone to grow up with to kind of share that thing with, whether it be Star Wars or something other.
Sailor Moon,
yeah. Just everything on Toonami. I just remember.
Oh yeah, Dragon Ball Z was.
Me and my friends just like getting home from school and watching all those shows. Let's see here. Let's get into some super chats. The first two are from Elo Asti.
I saw the first one and I was like, you go ahead and read it.
The first one is, how do Hutts procreate? They do not seem mobile.
I'm like, do you really want to know? How bad do you want to know? I don't think I want to know.
Do you know? You're acting like you do know.
Well, in Legends, I know that they were hermaphroditic, but that's about all I think we knew about their procreation. They never got into big details about that, nor have they really done it anywhere else in Star Wars for any other being.
Yeah, I think it's
but
just
I assume
meant
when
to
two
be.
Hutts love each other very much.
They hug, and then
Uh-huh.
a baby comes.
They have a special hug, and then Rada
There's-
the Hutt comes out.
There's a little hut stork that can
There's
barely
a whole,
fly.
Yeah, a whole alien species of stork. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a way that you can find that out with a couple of quick Google searches, but be careful because I'm sure there's a lot of fan art out there.
Well, that's why I'm just like, when someone asks a question like that, I'm like, what if I knew in intense detail? It's like, you're gonna regret asking.
Who is it? Our friend Sawyerism did a couple of videos about the Hutt, like, physiology and their biology, I think, on TikTok. So that might be your best resource.
Yeah, Sawyerism is like a real world biologist. So
They get the job done. We'll just leave it at that. And then Elo asked his second question is, if you had to transform the other person into a non-basic speaking Star Wars alien forever, what species would you pick for them? I guess they
like,
mean for us. If I had to turn you into a non-basic speaking Star Wars alien forever. Not a Wookiee, because you'd get
No?
hair everywhere.
I thought you'd want something big and warm to cuddle up with.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, Hilo gets hair everywhere. What are you talking about?
Between me and Hilo, that's enough hair in the house.
I'm trying to think of all the... See, like, some humanoid species still... I mean, what if it's just a human that was raised on Nalhutta and they speak Huttese? I'm finding loopholes.
Oh, Maddie Gunner says to make me an Anzellan. I can already do the voice.
I keep you in my pocket.
Sean Sully says, what was Claude? Make him a Claude.
What? Why? I'll miss my arm. Sean, what are you doing? Why is everyone yelling at, like, make him this?
This is
It's
hard.
like all of the species I think of, I'm like, oh, they speak basic, or at least they can speak basic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of creatures that, like, straight up cannot speak basic. I'll be a Claude together with you. Now they can speak basic.
Two Claudes? Yeah, they can.
In Star Wars Jedi Survivor, there's one that speaks basic.
Maybe I would go Wookiee. I don't know.
That seems like the only option that I can think of. Even Hutts can speak basic.
Yeah. You could make me a Borgullet.
You eat my dreams.
I'll eat your feelings. You'll never have to feel bad because I'll eat all the bad
Aw.
feelings.
That's nice. I wouldn't want to
And
put you
leave
through
you-
that, though.
Leave you as a shell of a person. Ooh, Ithorian is a good one, I guess, because they have to have a little
That's true.
translator
Yeah,
box.
okay. That's one that slipped my mind. Ooh, Talls. That's another... I don't think we've ever seen one of them speak basic. They're also tall and fuzzy.
Mm-hmm. Geonosian? That wouldn't
I
be...
wouldn't turn you into a bug.
That would not be cuddly.
I specifically did not say that because I thought you'd get mad at me if I did.
A Rancor.
Aw. I mean,
Ooh, a Lothwolf wolf would be fun.
that's just animals.
Rashav Ramcharan says, Pubian.
Pubian's good. Oh, yeah, an Ewok,
Nubs.
duh. I'd turn you into a little Ewok.
Oh, I like Nubs better.
You can be a Pubian.
Yay.
They're basically the same thing, but one is blue.
That's true. Then it's settled. Something
right.
cute and fuzzy. Oh, before I forget and possibly knock
right.
this over and break it, which I hope I don't do, Alex was kind enough to finish the Hocus Pocus house for me. We only had a couple more bags left, but it's done.
You almost finished it, but I finished a roof and a couple extra add-ons.
I'll try to pick it up and show it a little bit. It's hard to kind of show off because all the cool stuff is on the inside, and I don't know. But yeah, there she is. I like the roof.
The roof is very cool. The details and like the shingles that are falling off.
Yeah.
You know what I just realized? It's funny. Like, For All Mankind starts back tonight, and for some reason I was thinking, I just associate Legos with that show, and then I was like, oh yeah, in the lockdown, I built a ton of Lego sets while just binging For All Mankind. So I'm like, this feels right. Mm-hmm. Building some Legos, gonna watch For All Mankind later.
I need to watch a recap or something of the last season, because I feel like it's been so long I don't remember. I remember some of what happened in the finale.
Kelly. Oh, I don't want to just start spoiling things.
Yeah. We'll talk after this.
I was just about to be like, hope you saw season 3.
I did see a picture of Ed and what Ed is going to look like in the new season, and I am very bummed because he's an attractive man, but they made him old and ugly.
He's old now. He played himself in the 60s and 70s, and now I'm gonna do that to you in 3 decades. I'm gonna set a reminder in my phone, and in 3 decades I'm gonna be like, hey, Ed from For All Mankind called. You know what he said? I
don't know him. I haven't decided to be in a relationship with him. I'm just saying, it's a waste.
I'm curious to see how long he lives in this series, because in every season it jumps forward 10 years. And so like the cast, you can only do so much with makeup. And last season there were some characters that were like kids, teenagers the season before, mm-hmm. and then they had to use makeup to make them look more adult, and I was like, not quite there. The story is great. I love the show, but that's just the challenge they presented themselves with.
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
yeah, Ed in season 3 was like, yeah, just dye his hair gray, and in season 4 they're like, he's got to start aging at some point.
Now he's losing hair, and he's just looking kind of rough. I'm the Bin Dude. Thanks for the next super chat. Rewatched the Mortis arc and caught this line from Obi-Wan. I can't even lock down where in the galaxy we are, or if we are even in our own galaxy. Interesting. Obi-Wan was onto something.
And I also wonder, if Mortis is just... It was in that obelisk. I'm like...
It's just an idea, man.
Mortis is just a state of mind. But I do think that that's a fun connection to whatever potentially happens on Peridia.
Yeah. I don't think... We haven't rewatched the Mortis arc since... Not since Ahsoka, right? Or did you?
No, I didn't. Well, I mean, I didn't sit down and watch all 3 or 4 episodes in a row. I watched clips and stuff to get images and video, but no, we haven't just sat and watched it.
Mm-hmm. Someone asked how long it will take us to put this together. A while.
I'm not sure because it's not the same as the Falcon, where the Falcon was 16 bags and every bag took like an hour and a half to build. What I'm doing right now is bags 6 and 7, and it's not that much. So like last week I built 5 bags. So, but I don't know how many bags it is. The first box has like 25, so I assume there's like 50 bags.
How many pieces is this compared to like the Star Destroyer?
I don't even know. I'm gonna guess 10 weeks.
So we'll be working on it for a while.
Yeah.
Because we only build these, with the exception of this, we only build these while we're streaming.
Everyone gets to see the whole build.
Sort of. JDP, thank you for the next one. What is your favorite what if moment in Star Wars? Mine would be, what if Qui-Gon survived the Battle of Naboo and got to train Anakin?
That was the first one that jumped into my head.
That's a popular what if scenario for a lot of people.
Because it's set up to be exactly that. Like, that is the tragedy. That is the duel of the fates, is that it's a duel, as Dave Filoni very eloquently put it, it's a duel over Anakin's soul. And if Qui-Gon had lived, then Anakin might not have fallen. And then I love that. So I started to associate that song with, like, oh, there are other moments where it plays, and it's like, that is another moment where Anakin's soul is at stake. Like when he's searching for Shmi in Attack of the Clones. Like, Duel of the Fates comes on randomly, but it's not random. It's a turning point for him and his soul. So I guess another one would just be, what if he did save Shmi?
I could go into the High Republic and just say...
What if everyone were happy all the time?
Or what if the Nile didn't do what they did and the Guardian protocols never took place? What would things have looked like in the prequel era?
I think it would have been more like the High Republic. Yeah, I like that. I think that...
Or what if... Another Anakin-centric one involving the High Republic. What if Anakin grew up during the High Republic and was able to be trained by the Jedi then instead of when he was?
When it was a little more flexible and not so strict on what a Jedi is and is not. I like that. It's been a great High Republic week.
It really has.
I guess it was just Wednesday, but it was Shadows of Starlight issue 2, the High Republic Phase 3 issue 1, which was awesome. Really liked that issue. And then a bunch of connection.
There's a super chat about that. So
okay, cool. Well, I won't talk too much about it, but I just remember we woke up and I was like, oh yeah, New Young Jedi Adventures. We'll watch that today. And I looked and I was like, it looks like the first episode is the High Republic one. And then I was like, oh wait, the whole show takes place in the High Republic. But
it's the one with all the connections.
See, well, I thought that was the case. I was like, there's probably one episode with Bell and Loden and Astala. And the fact that there were 3, there was like the Bell and Loden episode, one with the Nile, and then one with Starlight Beacon in it. That was great. I was very happy.
Speaking of the High Republic, Fanporium, thank you for the super chat. Stellan Geos Lightsaber dropping next week with variant cover comic. Do you need me to pick one up for you? P.S. Did the Lego Viper arrive intact?
I just made that noise, because I have the Lego Viper. I'll go grab it, but it's sitting on my desk right now.
Oh, I'll grab it.
Okay. So thank you for that, Fanporium, and for the 2 TARDISes. We haven't built those yet, but really liked the Viper. It was mostly intact. I think I put it all back together correctly. It looks right to me. But yeah, Fanporium sent us this Lego Viper from Battlestar Galactica.
Look at me picking up Lego and not breaking it.
Look at you. It's got this cool landing gear in it. So thank you for that.
This is really cool.
I was gonna pass on as much as I like the Stellan Geos lightsaber, I have a feeling it's probably in the hundreds of dollars, and I was like,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it's less than $200.
Is it?
That's how much you pay to build one. Right?
Yeah, but that's not Stellan Gios's lightsaber that they must have pulled from the seas of Irem. Oh wait, no, Elzar has it. I'm just kidding.
Maybe someone in chat knows how much it'll cost, because I think they posted about it.
Thank you for the offer, but I was not planning on spending that much on a lightsaber.
Jill says it's a smaller hilt now, so it might be slightly less expensive. That is music to my ears, because
Jill, I'm trying to not spend money.
The hilts are always so, like, girthy, you know? It's just too big to hold on to. Sorry, poor choice of words, maybe, but...
I mean, it's accurate.
Jill says it's also limited edition. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if Michael Siglain is watching, maybe he'll send us one.
I doubt he gets one for free, and I don't think the High Republic authors get them either. Which
they did a photo shoot with them. Did you see the pictures?
it doesn't mean they got to keep it.
Well, we can ask.
They should.
We sing the praises of the High Republic all the time. Not me going off on a entitled rant.
Been busting my ass for 5 years.
I can make my own Stellan Gios lightsaber out of Lego. Ice, thanks for the next super chat. Hooray for the end of the strikes. Congrats to SAG-AFTRA for the huge win. Well deserved. Great news to hear. So happy for all the actors and writers. Yeah, strikes work, guys. Like, they stuck it out for a record-breaking amount of time.
Which makes it sound like a sport or something, when really it was just the producers being terrible.
Yeah, but they like stood their ground long enough to be like, we're serious about this.
Right.
And the frickin' what is it called? The
AMPTP.
The AMPTP. Just hearing about the AI stuff sent me into such a rage. Like, they wanted to retain the ability to use AI to resurrect deceased actors without compensating the family or the estate and without their permission. Like, what?
Like, why do you think that that's okay?
That is wild. But yeah.
But like we said at the top, I'm just so relieved, especially for our friends who work in film and work on sets. And they're not actors or writers, but they've still been out of work for 6 months, and now they get to return to work. So I'm very relieved for them too. And I appreciated that SAG, in their thread, they were basically saying, like, IATSE, we appreciate your support, and we know that your contract is also up in May, and when the time comes, we will stand with you. And I was like, good.
Mm-hmm. A couple people posting about the price of that saber, that they have not announced it yet, but they're guessing between $250 to like $400 because it comes in like a fancy wooden box thing. That is asking a bit too much.
That's a lot. So we have quite a few lightsabers that I already don't know what to do with.
That's on the level of, like, if we got sent one, that's going on eBay. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Sometimes you just say things to make me react. Are you crazy?
Yeah. That's what married people do.
Stop it.
Myriad Media Musings, thanks for the next one. So anyone see the latest Young Jedi Adventures episode batch? Now that I'm really getting into the High Republic, I'm delightfully saddened at 2 particular characters that appeared in the show. 3,
Yep.
depending on where you're at in the books, but yeah. We brought it up a little bit, but the last batch of episodes for the Young Jedi Adventures were just top-notch. They were really, really cute. They're all cute. But these had some guest appearances from some of the High Republic book characters that was really cool, and they were just, like, really good. We got to see Ember.
Ember, Bell, and Loden. That was just so much fun to see. And Starlight Beacon. Even seeing the Nile. I was, like, not expecting that to happen at all.
Mm-mm.
You know what? I need to go back and look at this again, but I was like, wait a minute. There was a shot in that set of episodes where I was like, is that Ira Mandarino? And now I'm like, maybe it was. I kind of convinced myself it wasn't. But now I'm like, maybe it was. And maybe Tanu is just close by.
That shot seemed kind of like out of place.
I just need to look at it again.
And random.
So the planet that they're usually on, Tanu, or maybe that... Was Phoebe there? That's... I need to just look at that shot again. But they kept doing things that in this like little kids show that I was going like, no way, cool. It's like great to see that stuff.
Yeah. Snow and Blood said, I still hope they release actual High Republic figures one day. I do too. Like they have some for the Young Jedi Adventures show. We got the Nubs one. They've got little figures of the other kids. But I would love to get figures from the book series.
I think Vernestra Rowe is probably going to happen with the Acolyte, since we know she's in it. But it'll be, that version of the character, and not 16-year-old Jedi Knight Vernestra Rowe. But yeah, I'd love to have a Bell action figure. I want a Wreath action figure that comes with a book. And like
an action figure that comes with a book.
That's what I love about Wreath, is he's like, I'd rather be in the library. Excuse me. Ooh, Emmerich Kafdor, the Jedi investigator, with his little BD-1 style droid.
Yeah. See, I just feel like all of the High Republic so far is just ripe for an animated show like the Clone Wars. And we've talked about this before, would they just rehash the whole story once phases 1, 2, and 3 are done? Would they just take that vague story and plot and just make an animated show out of it, or would they do something different? And I wouldn't care either way.
I would prefer... Oh, I did that wrong. I would prefer something new. Oh, no, I did it right. But if they did an animated show that helped bring more people into that era, I'd be for it.
Yeah, I would hope it was something new, but just because the whole story is so large at this point, and that I'd be afraid if they did an animated show. I don't know what it would be about.
That's one of the... I was answering our Patreon questions earlier today, and one of them was just, what's something in Star Wars you feel like is overlooked? And I was like, any of the books or comics. The publishing side just doesn't get the same level of attention as animation, live action, of course, but I wish more people dove into the books and comics, because I think that opens your mind a lot more to what Star Wars can be, that it doesn't always have to be... The stuff in live action fits like in a circle, like a little bubble, but the books help you see that you can appreciate Star Wars in a lot of different ways.
Also, I didn't see this at first, but Joshua Bernard in the chat said, "Hi, Alex and Molly. So I sent you a BSG Viper from Venato about 2 years ago. Did you ever put it together? If not, that's okay. Just curious."
I have not. It's like
We do still have it.
it's right there.
Yeah, it's in the closet with our other unfinished Lego sets.
It's more just timing. But Famporium sent us a finished one.
An
so I
already
was
made
like,
one.
well.
Yeah, we didn't put that one together. That one was already made for us, so. But yes, we did receive that. Thank you so much for sending it. We'll get around to it. The what are they called? The Doctor Who things?
TARDIS.
The TARDISes. Since we got two of the same one, I'm trying to think of like who we know that really likes Doctor Who that would like to get that as a gift or something.
I feel like you're goading someone in the chat. Someone specific that we know.
Not really.
To be like, reveal yourself.
No, not really, but that would be like a cute stocking stuffer for someone. We'll give it to your parents.
Well, if Adam speaks up, then let me know.
Oh. We'll give it to your parents and they'll be like, what is this? Jill says Sean likes Doctor Who.
Well, Sean tried to turn me into Claude earlier, so.
It's true.
Speaking of Sean, he's got something exciting happening in 2 days. Mm-hmm. Should we talk about it?
Sure. Mm-hmm. You brought it up.
Okay. It's at 6 p.m. our time, right?
Yes.
On Saturday?
6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, live on Saturday.
Rookies and Rulebooks, Sean's new D&D show where he runs a D&D campaign for newbies, is coming out on Saturday. He's in the chat. Click on his name, subscribe to his channel. Or actually, I think he made his own channel for it.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find a link to the...
I think it's just Rookies and Rulebooks. But if you like D&D, or if you have never played D&D, it's a good place to learn. You probably just... Oh, yep, there it is.
I mean, it's literally like for newbies.
Yep.
And we know a bunch of people that are in it and that are playing. Jill's going to play. Let me put the link in the chat.
Sean, if you can do something for me, though, our friend Zach is playing, and we have very often compared him to this picture of an angry little tiger cub that you may have seen before. And Zach is playing a Leonin, which I think is the closest thing. I don't think he chose it for that reason, but if you could confuse him as like a tiger once, just to
or have
annoy
one
him.
have one like a shop owner or someone in the town be like, who's that angry little tiger over there? But yeah, I'm excited to watch that. Jim Dogger has the next super chat. Have you two had a chance to watch The Fall of the House of Usher? It has Mary McDonnell, Rosalind, and Michael Trucco, Sam from BSG in it, as well as Mark Hamill. Awesome additions.
Who's Mark Hamill? Is he from something?
Already a great cast. That was almost a good joke.
If I didn't fumble over every word.
Who's it? What?
The Mark man? Mark Hamill? Who?
You almost stuck the landing. We did watch that show because we're big fans of Mike Flanagan, and if there's a spooky Mike Flanagan show out, we're gonna watch it. So we did watch it and we loved it.
I really, really liked it. And now I'm reading some Edgar Allan Poe. Some I've repeated because we read them in like middle school, but some stories I'm reading for the first time, which has been a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm so glad Mark Hamill has been added to the Flanagan universe because Mike uses like the same actors a lot, and Mark Hamill's already going to be in his next movie, which is it another Stephen King novel?
What?
Flanagan's movie?
I have no idea.
Okay. But I know Mark Hamill's going to be in it.
I just saw the cast announced. I didn't see any like story details, but maybe I just missed it.
Oh my gosh.
Did you do something wrong again?
No, I thought that this was gonna like go up, but instead it's going out.
Oh, we are running out of room on this table.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, I don't know if I can keep this up here the whole time. It's gonna end up on the floor just like the Razor Crest. Actually, no, I'll probably put this out downstairs.
I think it goes there. That looks right.
CC Pruitt has the next super chat. I like turtles. Have you ever noticed the slave one kind of looks like a turtle shell? I have noticed that. The colors work. Little green turtle shell.
I've noticed that too. Sure.
Boba Fett's just a turtle.
He likes turtles.
Big turtle fan.
Who doesn't like turtles, really?
Honestly.
That's a red flag if you don't like turtles. Yeah, I didn't think... I don't know why. I don't know why I thought the length was going to stop, but here we are.
Stuffin' Things in the chat said, fair warning, Alex Mully. As far as I know, the Venator has 52 part bags.
Okay. Yeah, I think about 10 weeks if I keep up the pace from last week.
Can you hear Hilo snoring?
I can. Hilo's just snoring away down there.
Put the microphone by him.
Okay.
Wait, I'll check yours.
I need it to talk.
Okay, I hope that worked.
Just snoring away.
Honk shoe indeed. He is honk shoeing away.
All right, well, I definitely missed some stuff.
That's never a good thing to say with a 52 bag Lego set.
I'm gonna find it. Oh!
You don't have to hit me with it.
Oh, ooh, there it is. No, it's not. Maybe.
You say that I'm chaotic when I build Lego.
I found it. We're fine.
We're all fine here. How are you? Jamie Dorr, thank you for the next super chat. Hi, folks. Are you two going to be seeing Disney's Wish? I am. I'm worried for the movie, though. It could underperform. I don't want 100 years of magic to go to waste. I am going to see Wish because it looks really, really cute. I'm not worried about it, though.
I don't really know what it's about.
Oh, it's really cute. The little
I haven't seen the trailer.
The little Wish character is super cute. But I mean, basically everything is underperforming right now.
I was shocked when Mission Impossible didn't do like the same numbers as it did for the last one. It really underperformed, and I was like, it's a good movie.
Everything is underperforming, and I'm not an expert. I can't tell you why, but I know a lot of garbage is being put out there right now. But
I mean, I would argue that that's not the case. It's just that people don't have interest in going. Like, Mission Impossible wasn't garbage. I liked Indiana Jones 5, but yeah, it's just...
With how expensive it is to go to the movie theater, and, like, we'll go, and we can go, like, in the middle of the day and get matinee tickets, and, like, we usually don't get snacks, but for a family to go and get snacks and, like, take time out of their day to go to the theater, it costs a lot of money. And with how many movies are being churned out, people can't afford to go that many times, you know? Yeah. So, I don't know.
Not to mention we've been trained to just be like, I'll catch it on streaming.
Right. Yeah, the pandemic changed a lot of people's perspectives about movies and going to the theater, and now we know eventually it'll be out on streaming, and, like, that is my attitude now for most stuff too. It's like, I'll watch it on streaming. But I hope it doesn't underperform. I mean, I feel like a lot of animated shows do pretty well, but maybe not as well as they'd hoped.
Okay, I did do a goof. Let's see if I can fix it. Oh, I can fix it. Okay, good.
Johnny C. Books and Comics says, well, it's currently on track to make more than any Disney film since Coco.
Oh, good.
That's good. But yeah,
Has it come out?
let me look. I think it comes out next month. It comes out... Oh, wait, no, it comes out on the 22nd. And then I don't know when it's going to be streaming yet, but it does look really cute.
But were we planning on going to see it in the theaters, or were we going to wait for it to stream?
I was probably going to wait for it to
Right.
stream. But like, I don't know. I feel like when we were during the pandemic, when Black Widow came out and we paid for it, I was like, why is this not an option? I'd happily pay to watch Wish at home the day it gets released. And I'd pay more than I'd pay for a movie ticket, to be honest. That's just me, because I like being on my couch.
Well, I mean, I think you would have to, because they know a whole family could watch it alone. They'd have to find a middle ground between one person might watch this alone, but also a whole family might throw it on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't understand why that's not an option. But I guess it's one of those things that, like, they advertise it eventually being out to stream, so they don't want to... They're already charging you a monthly fee for the streaming service, and they don't want to charge you more. But I thought that was just always the case. Like, if it's a brand new movie, you'd have to pay to watch it from home. Like, I think you can do that on Amazon. Newly released movies will come out and you can pay to watch.
New-ish. Well, I guess it depends on the movie.
But a lot of it too is like, the closer we get to the holidays, the busier everyone gets. And for a lot of people, going to the movies is part of like a holiday tradition, because you have family in town and you can like all go together. But for us, we're just like out doing other stuff. We are seeing shows at Dad's Garage a lot during the holidays, because that's when they do their improvised Christmas Carol shows. Those are always fun and always different. So I'm like, it's got to be something really big, like a Star Wars, to get me in the theater for the holidays.
Okay. 2 bags down. And now it's taken up all that space. Oh, he was awake.
Oh, he's like, okay, bye.
This is gonna get unwieldy fast.
Power Rangers Explain has the next super chat. Have you gotten to meet Steve Grad, the autograph expert from Pawn Stars? He's also a Star Wars super fan. It'd be cool if you got him on the channel. I know what Pawn Stars is, but I've never heard that name, so
Same.
I didn't know that he was a big Star Wars fan.
I bet he's seen some cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if
Pass-throughs.
he's an autograph expert,
All I really know about Pawn Stars is that meme where they're like yelling at each other and a chair gets thrown and you just put text on it.
Oh, is that from Pawn
I think that's
Star-
Pawn Stars.
Palm Stars?
Palm Stars. Palm.
Pawn Stars. MC Lego Boy said Alex is going to have to invest in a lapel mic, and Jill said Lego ASMR.
Am I being quiet?
No, you're being loud with... Oops. With that.
Okay. All right.
I'm touching it.
Stop it. You just threw something on the ground. I'll be really gentle. It's still gonna be
Really gentle and really quiet.
Shush, shush.
Ice has the next 2 super chats. Thank you, Ice. I've been skeptical of the live-action Avatar series, but that trailer just now looked amazing. I'm really impressed so far, so that's a good sign. Yeah, we watched it right before this, and I gotta say, it looks pretty good, and I was impressed by how good it looks.
I'll be interested to see if they change anything, because it is like we still have never seen a live action Disney remake, because it's like, well, I'd rather just watch the animated version. Like, it already exists and it's already good. And obviously, like, Avatar: The Last Airbender as an animated series is amazing, but I don't know, there's something about this one that I'm like, but Paul Sun-Young Lee is playing Uncle Iroh and I like that, and they're doing a lot to win me over.
Yeah. The characters just look so spot on. It is crazy.
Hearing the music sounded good. Or not good, it sounded great. Like, gave me chills. Just kind of made me want to start Avatar again.
Honestly, yeah, we did talk about rewatching it before the series starts.
It
comes out in February.
Yeah, it's only like 60 episodes. We can fly through that.
Yeah. I'd do that. Apparently there's a lot of Pawn Stars memes that we don't know.
That doesn't surprise me.
Ain't No Way. Apparently that's from Pawn Stars.
Best I Can Do
Best I Can Do.
Okay, I know that one.
I don't think I know that one. There's too many memes. And then another super chat from Ice. Finally got to reading Shadows of Starlight with issue 2 and the High Republic 1. Feels great to be back with Phase 3. Makes me want to reread the Phase 1 comics. Yeah, I started... By I started, I mean I read the prologue of Eye of Darkness last night. That one's out next week, I think.
Yeah, the 14th.
So I probably won't get too far in it before it actually comes out for everyone else, but it's good so far.
The prologue was good.
Yep.
I remember the prologue. I know exactly what happened in the prologue, and I did like it.
I also really liked Shadows of Starlight 1. I didn't read the second one, but you said it was not as good as the first one.
I didn't like it as much as the first one, but it was still good. Like, the first one was just such a banger. But High Republic 1 with Keeve, that issue was great. Cavan Scott's like ongoing comic series have been just awesome for all of the phases so far.
Yeah, I am very excited to get into Phase 3. I just didn't really click with Phase 2. I probably will at some point, like maybe once the whole thing is over and I can go back and understand it a little better, but I don't know.
Like, I think they designed it in a way where you probably won't have to have read Phase 2 to understand Phase 3 or anything. But so far in Shadows of Starlight 1 and in the Eye of Darkness, I've been like, I'm glad I read Phase 2. Mm-hmm. I'm the same way. I think I liked it more than you did. But I was like, I I'd rather be reading about Belle and Reed than like all those characters that we fell in love with.
Yeah. Deidre Russell, thanks for being a Biggs Mega fans for 11 months. She says, hey y'all are my therapy for the evening. Hip and knee MRI Friday, pain.
Oh.
You distract me. The live Beauty and the Beast is way more nuanced and powerful. Raw.
Raw.
I
don't...
we have never seen any of the live action Disney movies, but I've heard good things about like the Aladdin one and maybe the Cinderella one. I can't remember. But
I don't super have anything against them or anything. I'm more just, if we're going to watch a movie, I'd rather see something brand new instead of something we have seen but animated, I guess. Mm-hmm. But maybe the Avatar movie or show will change my mind on that. Because we've had a lot of people tell us, like, no, they're worth watching.
Maybe we should just binge watch a bunch of live-action Disney movies.
Could be fun. It's just like the Disney movies, the animated versions are like 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And you're like, yay, songs, fun, bright colors. And then you get to the live-action ones, and some of them are a lot longer.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, yeah, that's a quick way to turn me off of your movie, is if you take something that was perfect and short and you made it not perfect and long. Why am I going to watch that? That's just me, though. I am very picky when it comes to movies, so. But I
think that depends on what season it is.
Huh?
It depends on the season when you're picky. There are some, like, during spooky season, we can just be like, let's watch this probably garbage horror movie, and you're like, yay!
Because horror is a special genre.
During the holidays, you're like, The Christmas Prince 4, yay!
Because I like sitting on the couch and being entertained, and if I know it's going to be bad, I don't mind. But if I don't think it's going to be bad, and I think it's going to be good, and it's bad, I mind. I think that's everybody, but... What? Anyways, I hope your pain goes away. I hope your MRI goes smoothly. But yeah, going into something, if you know it's going to be campy and kind of bad, that's different.
I do agree with you.
I was talking today because the movies that I think we're going to do trivia on over on A Certain Point of View this month, I was like, I don't know if those are going to hold up.
They are definitely not.
I don't really want to rewatch them. I don't want to say it yet and spoil it. But then I was like, what am I saying? I bet people, especially Jake, watched the Friday the 13th movies and was like, what is this garbage? And I'm like,
I mean,
yay.
I watched a lot of them with you, and I was like, they don't get
They're
good.
bad.
They don't get good until 6.
They're
and
bad.
Even 6 was like, okay, now at least we're just embracing how silly all of this is.
It's just, yeah, it's different vibes. I love this. We're getting more hot takes from Deidre about the live action stuff. Lion King, no. Aladdin, fun. Jungle Book, yawn. Beauty and the Beast, amazing.
That's funny because the Jungle Book is the one that I wanted to watch the most, just for the technological side of it, because that was kind of Jon Favreau's pre-volume. It was so much of it was done on green screen, but it was like a big technological jump. So I was like, I'm interested in watching that one, and I never got around to it. The Lion King, I really don't have any interest in watching that one, of the quote-unquote live action, when it's like, it's not.
It's like
none of it is. None of it's live action.
It's like a shot-for-shot remake, isn't it?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm sure they aren't all like that, but that's kind of what it seems like a lot of them are doing.
I just don't understand the obsession with bringing everything into live action. Like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. That can't be what everyone wants to see, right?
Well, I think it's
just like we have the technology to make a CGI jungle with CGI lions and all these CGI animals and make it look almost real. Like, no. Why?
I think there's just a stigma against animation for some people. Like, even in Star Wars, of people who are just like, I don't want to watch the Star Wars cartoons. Mm-hmm. Even though they're fantastic. And I, like, speaking from experience, as I've done before, I was one of those people that was just like, I don't think I want a Star Wars cartoon. And I had to convince myself to do it, and I'm so glad I did. But I know a lot of people feel that way, and so just something about things being in live action, people will go like, oh, it's not for kids. When not all animation is for kids.
Yeah.
But I think there's just like this mental block that some people have of like, I don't want to watch a kid's show or a kid's movie. I want to watch a big boy movie that's in live action.
That costs big boy bucks to make. I think it's that, and I also think it's just these companies are trying to rely on safe bet movies.
Well, there's that too.
And just remake after remake after remake of something that was a classic at some point to someone. And it's like, no one wants to put out anything new anymore because why would they?
They don't have to.
When they have an IP that's already existing, that already has a fan base, that they can just churn out garbage and people will go see it out of curiosity. And it's like, it's almost like they don't even care if it's good or not. Now I sound like an old person. Back in my day.
You're yelling at the clouds.
Clouds? Don't be live action clouds.
Be cartoon clouds.
I hate you. The most depressing thing about live action clouds is that you can't touch them.
Oh, they're too far away.
You go up in the sky and they're just nothing.
You can't.
You
can't like run your hand through a cloud.
I mean, once you're up there, it's like when you take off in a plane and you go through clouds. Yeah. It's just like mist.
Well, I mean, you can see it, kinda.
But you can't touch it. It's not fluffy. It doesn't feel fluffy, and it doesn't feel like icing or cake or whatever I thought it felt like as a kid.
You make me sad.
It's just precipitation.
I'm pretty sure you could eat a whole cloud, and it would be great. I reject your science.
It's not my science. Scotty here and sent a super chat in. Thank you, Scotty. Was washing dishes earlier when the For All Mankind talk was happening. So a little late here, but wanted to ask if Alex were to do a For All Mankind video tying it to Star Wars, what do you think you'd focus on?
I'm assuming you mean like thematically and not like how did we get from here to the Star Wars galaxy, but I think I could my first thought is the space race to Mars and how there was the corporation. It was a corporation, America and Russia in the space race, and the Russians had a problem, and it was like these people are going to die, and the corporation was closer to them, but they refused to help, forcing America to be like, well, we're not going to leave them. And so they went back and saved their enemies, quote unquote, Russia, because in this universe the Cold War is still happening, but they went and saved as many lives as they could at cost to their own people. Like, more lives were lost saving them, but not everyone died. So just like that idea of working together And then you have basically, like, let's say that's the Trade Federation being like, no, we don't value the people. We value winning. So that's what jumped into my head first.
Yeah, that could work.
Or there's the whole discussion about in season 2 putting guns on the moon and how that's a bad idea.
Oh, yeah.
And how that just escalates things.
Then they made a moon that is a giant gun.
Yep. That's exactly.
I know where this is headed. I've seen this before.
Moon gun.
That's no moon.
It's a moon gun.
Yeah, moon marines. That sounds like something out of Space Force, says Andy.
We've never seen that.
I don't know what Space Force is.
It's the Steve Carell show about Space Force. I think it's a
Oh, yeah.
Netflix show.
Deidre Russell, this is continuing on the Beauty and the Beast talk. She says, it's Beauty and the Beast for grown-ups. It's not X-rated, just grown-up and deeper. Jillian agrees with me, Molly. Well, if Jillian agrees, then I have to also follow suit. And
That is true. The two of them text things about, like, I just started watching this and so should you. And then an hour later, they're like, I did it. I started watching it.
we just have very good taste.
I know.
And you got into that show that I put on last night.
It was fine. I mean, I finished building a Lego set while it was on.
You were like, is that it? When the first episode ended.
Well, yeah, because it just
Is there
stopped, and I
more?
was like, what do you mean?
And then you were like, do you want to watch the last one? I was like, no, I'm going to bed. He was like, oh,
Guess you don't care
okay.
as much as I do. Can you put some stickers on stuff for me?
Yeah.
Just put those on those.
So, yeah, we started watching, what was it called? Escaping Twin Flames, I think, on Netflix, which is sadly only a 3-part docuseries, but that show got real wild real fast. It's about, like, relationship culty stuff, so be warned.
It's very much like the Vow, the Nexium HBO documentary. Thank you.
One.
Might actually be building the front? Or maybe this is... Oh, no, this is the back. Okay.
The caboose.
Yeah, that's probably where the bridge will go. Neat.
Gary24 fan, thank you for the next super chat. Hey Alex and Molly, first time in several months I've joined you folks. Been a rough year for my family and myself, but things are better. May the force be with you.
Well, I'm sorry it's been a rough year. Glad to have you back.
Glad that things have been better. That
Yeah.
sounds hopeful. Hopefully things get even better. And then Greg Buckadella, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Thank you for the next one. I've pondered this during my Clone Wars rewatch. Why do Jedi Venators have distinct bridges? Wouldn't they want to be more discreet as to not get targeted?
Next week, the short that I've got coming out... Oh, wait. No, distinct bridges?
Wait, did I say that right? Yes.
Oh, like, why do they just stand out so much? Man, Star Wars ships...
Wait, oh, that's the little top part?
Yeah. I thought they were asking why they have 2 bridges, which, the short that I have coming out next week on Thursday before our Lego stream is answering that question, which I didn't know that that's like a real world thing, is that some naval ships have multiple bridges. So I learned something. But
he said distinct bridges, as in red bridges,
yeah,
as opposed to the normal gray ones.
And just the fact that they stand out. They're way up here above the ship, easy to shoot. And to that, I have no answer. It reminds me of Admiral Raddus on the Profundity, where it's like, your bridge is just hanging below the rest of the ship. Like, look at me.
It's overconfidence.
I think it's just because it looked kind of like a Star Destroyer from the original trilogy, and it was trying to evoke that design, and because it looks cool. But yeah, it does seem like a big red target of like, shoot that. Let's all go for that.
I mean, they have shields. I feel like it's not like a giant weak spot.
I mean, yeah, there are shields, but it's still just a place to focus all your
There
fire.
are shields, and they have their own guns.
That's true.
Lots of them.
They have moon gun, so...
They have moon gun. Not yet. That comes later.
What time is it?
7:15.
I know you have a thing to do. Should I build one more? Let me see. Should I build this much? Or should we stop and cook?
It's all black pieces in
Yep.
there. Why don't we stop and cook? 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not sure what time we're going to start filming our other thing.
Okay, we can start wrapping up then. It's starting to take shape. I'm happy about that. And we're over halfway through this book of instructions. Like 2/3 of the way. So
Right now, it just looks like a really big, cool sword.
It does. Make me want to hit something with it. Not you.
Gimme. Ooh. It is
Please
like
be
a
careful.
big, cool sword.
Yeah, it is.
Like a big crossguard sword. Here you go. The pain in Alex's eyes.
Just anxiety.
Scotty Heron said, careful. Recovery Hacker said, holds breath. Y'all need to have more faith in me. I've gotten a lot better at handling Lego.
You have. You haven't dropped anything in a while.
Deidre Russell, thanks for another super chat. Did you watch Babylon 5? I revisited it and it didn't hold up.
Oh.
Ever had that happen with a former favorite show?
I'm sure I have.
Molly, you and Jill should watch Beauty and the Beast for happy hour. Have you ever had that happen with a former show?
I was going to say, I've never seen Babylon 5. I've heard it's good, and it was like a influential series. I've never seen that, or like Farscape, or any of the Stargate shows. I've seen the movie. So there's a lot on my list that I feel like I should watch and go back and experience. I feel like there was something kind of recently that we watched and we're like, not feeling this time around. But I don't remember what it was. It may have been a movie. I feel like I have no interest in revisiting How I Met Your Mother. Part of that is just how it ended.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember when it was on, I watched, like, I got the DVDs and I watched it a lot. That was in like 06, 07. I don't know if I would like Barney anymore.
But Teletubbies.
I never watched Teletubbies.
You didn't?
No.
I had it
Did
on
you?
at some point. Yeah, I was curious.
I mean,
It was so bizarre. I had to check it out.
Yeah, but
And it was on like early enough in the morning that it would just be on while I was getting ready. So sometimes I would just put it on. I was curious.
I've never seen Teletubbies. I'm trying to think of like what I'm sure if I rewatched Dragon Ball Z, I would be like, come on, let's go. Get to the point faster. And I know they've done edits like Dragon Ball Kai.
I know there was a show at some point that I tried to watch during the pandemic, and I was like, this doesn't hold up quite as well, but I can't remember what it was. I only watch amazing shows.
Except for that one thing. Yeah, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But I watched a lot of cartoons growing up, and I just haven't revisited them.
Yeah. I've talked about wanting to rewatch Sailor Moon with you, but then there's like the new Sailor Moon, and it's just like a lot of episodes, and a lot of it's very repetitive, much like Dragon Ball. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure a lot of that show doesn't hold up, but
it's interesting.
I had nothing but time back then.
When I did watch Sailor Moon with you, every episode had the same format.
Yeah.
But Dragon Ball Z did not have the same format. It was just slow as molasses. Just turn Super Saiyan already. I know you're going to do it. Just do it.
A lot of Sailor Moon is like the same formulation for every episode, but you eventually it's kind of like subplots, and then the overarching plot happens. So
like a Buffy season.
Right.
But it's that
you have the episodes where the big bad shows up, and you're like, ooh. Or if Tuxedo Mask ever shows up, you're like, ooh.
And also, that's basically the same as Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Every freaking episode is like, we fight putties, we fight the new monster of the week, then the new monster gets big, and then we get in the big robot, and then we beat the big monster, and we knock over a couple buildings. Like, same format every week, and I watched it every time.
CC Pruitt sent another super chat in and just said, I hope y'all know how amazing you are, because you are. Thanks for everything, and Thanks for everything, and how does Big super fans work? the Big's mega fans.
So that's just our membership.
That's just what we call the members of the channel. So anyone's name that pops up in green, or that has like a little Big's helmet next to their name, they get access to like special emotes, and they can send in member
messages,
chats that are highlighted. But that's what that is. I forgot what that was for a second. I was like, wait, oh. And then I saw earlier Zerolins said they asked last minute in one of our Ahsoka streams about our favorite High Republic characters that maybe they didn't get to see answered.
Man, that question, every time I think about it, I just start listing characters and I can't stop. But I do think
yeah, they can do the green flames in the chat.
I do think Bell is one of my favorites. Just whenever a new novel comes out and I know he's in it, I'm like, I can't wait to just see how he's doing, because he's been through a lot. Gotta love Burry. Wreath he's more in the YA books, but I really like him and his journey of being like, I'd rather be in the archives, to going out into the galaxy and helping people.
Who's the one that likes machinery?
I was about to say Ram.
Ram, yeah. I get Ram and Wreath mixed up
because
all the time.
They're best buds.
Yes.
Them in Midnight Horizon, I loved them because they just immediately became friends, and they were chaotic and silly. They seemed like little kid. They're not little. They're Padawans. They're like teens, but they just seemed like teenage Jedi. Mm-hmm. And it was fun to watch. So I love Ram, and I love Wreath and Ram together.
I do too. So I really like Belle. Vernestra is one of my favorite characters. I cannot wait to see her in live action in The Acolyte. Geode.
Oh, yeah.
Geode is hilarious. He's not in it very much, but when he is,
he's used
really
the proper
good.
amount.
Yeah.
He's always funny. Elzar, I like a lot. Markion's a great villain.
Lula and
Zine.
Zine.
Court. I really like Court.
There's so many.
That's
great
what I'm like. I
characters.
just start listing characters, but if I had to narrow it down to a favorite, it's probably between Belle and Wreath.
Yeah, I really like Belle.
But then I'm like, but I like Ram too. I immediately want to put a third in.
It's hard because every...
Oh, Porter! I didn't even talk about Porter. I love Porter Engel.
You must hate him then. It's hard because every High Republic book gives you so many different viewpoints of so many different characters. So there's just like... There's too much going on.
Porter Engel is another one that
just a
they
couple.
use the right amount, where when you see him pop up, you're like, oh, hell yeah. So I really like Porter.
The little bit that we got from Yaddle was great.
Yaddle was wonderful. And that little youngling that she was trying to keep track of.
Yeah.
Oh, Aslan Rel is a new favorite. He's jumping up there, but he was from Phase 2 more, and now he's going to be in Phase 3. And he's a freak, and I love him.
What's... Cantum Psy
Yeah.
is a really good one.
That's like, you have to run through...
Orla.
Oh, yeah, you loved Orla.
I was...
Sorry, I said that in the past tense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to go through, like, all right, who are the novel characters? Who are the young adult novel characters? Who are the middle grade characters? Who are the main comic characters? Who are the all readers comic characters? And then there's, like, random mini-series comics, and that's just in Phase 1. And then you have to go into everything that happened in Phase 2. And I just forgot to mention audio dramas right now. So, like, there's so many characters to keep track of.
I also like Markion a lot as for a villain.
Mm-hmm.
So, but they said their faves are Keeve, Belle, Loden, Wreath, and Emmerich.
Emmerich is another great one. Like, Trail of Shadows is one of my favorite Star Wars comics. I thought that series was so good, and Emmerich rocks.
Charles from accounting said, "Are we really forgetting about Leox?"
I do like Leox. He's funny. But, you know, I do kind of forget about that crew. Geode is an instant just, like, joke machine, so he's easy to remember.
Because you assume they're just done for, and then they show up out of nowhere, and you're like, wait, what? But, all right, we've talked enough about that.
I love them all. Love those crazy people.
I cannot wait to get the character encyclopedia because it's still really hard for me because I haven't read every single High Republic book. It's hard for me to remember who's who and who was in which book. And so, like, when I can have a visual aid, that helps me a lot more to say, like, oh, okay, that's who that was. Because I didn't recognize Maru in the Young Jedi Adventures episode.
Because he's basically just a comic character. But
then you told me about what he did, and I was like, oh, I remember that in the book. So, yeah.
Yep.
Anyways, we're going to go cook dinner and eat dinner. But thanks for joining. Scotty Heron, thank you for reminding us with a super chat to go eat. We're going to go eat.
Hey, just send us a question about the High Republic and we'll stop eating. And
we'll never eat again.
What were we going to do?
So we're going to continue to build this bad boy every Thursday for the LEGO streams. But Monday, tune in for a special live stream of Minecraft, which is going to be
We'll see how that goes.
That'll be really interesting because he hasn't played it in years, and I think I've only ever played it once. But we're gonna give the Star Wars DLC a shot. So that'll
It's
be
a story. We always try to experience every story, so
yeah, that'll be
we'll
Monday
give it a go.
at 6 p.m. Eastern. So
It might be earlier than that.
oh yeah, I think we're gonna start earlier than that, maybe like 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, we're gonna go eat. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and we'll see you all next week.